Welcome back, everyone. In this final video of the Tuktoyaktuk or Bust series, I will share with you some of the pictures we took during the last stretch of our journey from Inuvik to Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories. While most of this adventure has been on the Dempster Highway, this final section is technically called the Inuvik to Tuktoyaktuk Highway. The road spans about 150 kilometers one way, and most travelers make it a day trip, driving out and back without staying overnight in Tuktoyaktuk. If you have a good camping spot or a decent hotel in Inuvik, most of the time they will allow you to leave your gear behind to lighten your load for this leg of the journey. Stephen and I unfortunately did not do this, and honestly it was a mistake. The Inuvik to Tuktoyaktuk Highway is far more treacherous than the rest of the Dempster. The road is built primarily on permafrost, and it features deep gravel sections that will bury your entire front tire. Cars and trucks utilize the highway and cut huge ruts with their tires. These ruts crisscross each other unpredictably, and you have a lot of tricky spots where you have to carefully navigate your front wheel. Out of the entire trip, the closest I came personally to dumping my motorcycle was on this stretch of the highway. Another thing to note is that for about 40 miles of this drive, your GPS simply will not work. I found this very unsettling, as did most travelers who were caught off guard by it. I'm not sure why this happens. Maybe it is proximity to some kind of military satellite installation, but it's something to be prepared for and not cause you distress. There are no turnoffs of this highway that you need to be concerned that you'll get lost. Your GPS just simply won't work for 40 miles of it. If you plan to stay overnight in Tuktoyaktuk, be ready for the mosquito situation. It is intense. Even if we had considered staying the night, I think Stephen and I would have changed our minds after seeing how bad the mosquitoes were. Probably twice as bad as they were at Rock River, and that was bad enough. That said, make sure that you visit all of the iconic spots that you've heard about while planning this trip. The town of Tuktoyaktuk is unique, but you're going to need to keep your expectations in check. Businesses may or may not be open when you arrive. For instance, when we were there, Granny's kitchen was closed because Granny had a medical emergency and had to be flown out. Thankfully, she returned the following week. These kind of disruptions are just part of life in the Arctic. Also, important to note, if you're planning on getting your stickers for Tuktoyaktuk, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, their police station in Tuktoyaktuk, was also closed when we were there. We received no explanation for this. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this series. I know this has been a short video, but it was just a day trip, and it is the final video, but it is not my final video on YouTube. Next week, we will continue the journey to Alaska with some exciting destinations there. I also have a big surprise that will be part of my YouTube content going forward. About 6 weeks ago, I put a deposit on a motorcycle. I'm not going to tell you what kind. And I took delivery of that motorcycle, which was an interesting story in and of itself. So expect me to intersperse some of my Alaska videos with the reveal of the new motorcycle, along with the details about the modifications I'll be making to that motorcycle in preparation for an exciting upcoming trip in August of 2025. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining me for my latest video. If you'd like more information or want to stay updated on the channel's latest activities, be sure to join the Facebook group Lost in the Bush. In the group, we post regular YouTube content and share updates about potential events in the Asheville area, such as free group rides. If you're serious about heading to Tuktoyaktuk, or anywhere in the Canadian Arctic, or even if you're considering a drive up the Dalton Highway in Alaska, I highly recommend joining the Dempster Highway Adventure Riders Facebook group. This group is a fantastic resource for staying informed about local weather and getting crucial advice for your trip. If you plan to stop in the Whitehorse area, I also recommend staying at the Yukon Motorcycle Campground. The folks there are incredible. If you haven't already seen it, I have a detailed video about their amenities and the friendly atmosphere. They don't sponsor my content, but I had such a great experience that I always mention them in my videos. I want to make sure everyone heading north knows about their campground and the tools and facilities they offer. For those following along with my videos, you might want to start at the beginning of this adventure with Tuktoyaktuk or Bust, Part 1. You can find the link to that video in the description below. Lastly, I wrote a book about my trip, including selected destinations in Alaska. It's available on Amazon for just $3, the minimum price Amazon allows for a Kindle edition. If you're a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, you can read it for free. Be sure to check it out. As always, I really appreciate your weekly support as I work hard to publish new content every week. Remember, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with others. It helps the channel grow. And don't forget to like and subscribe.